I am so bad. What a mean person I am. Teasing you guys with this mysterious artifact. Dragging to deliver the answer for so long. Sorry about that delay. I was gone fishing. Now, why are these two parts so different, although they use the same printer, the same firmware configuration, the same G-code, the same spool of material, just about the same everything? As promised, in this video, you will learn why there is such a difference between those two prints, and how to improve your print surface quality based on the results of this experiment. Yes, this artifact was artificially created to measure the impact of something we often take for granted. I wanted to print new parts from my printer. These parts are from my Z-axis and need to be very rigid. I pulled out my carbon fiber ABS filament out of its box and started to print. Right away I could tell something was off. It looked like it was over-extrusion, like massive over-extrusion. This material used to print nicely before. What is happening today? I got very poor print quality, many strings, hairballs, blobs. On top of that, it looked like part dimensions were off. So I redid my extruder calibration using the 100 and 120mm technique. Then I printed a single wall cube with a dialed line width of 0.54mm. What? I am getting 0.75mm. How come am I getting such a difference? After double and triple checking my slicer settings and my firmware settings, I decided to try another material. .54mm, just as dialed, bang on. Okay, so something is wrong with this ABS carbon fiber. Could it be humidity? Water droplets boiling and expanding inside the material when melting must be responsible for this. This expanded and foamy material might be the reason why I'm getting such an increase in width as well. I dried the filament in my homemade dryer made from a food dehydrator at 70 degrees Celsius for 12 hours. Wow, the line width of a freshly printed single wall cube is now where it needs to be. And what to say about the print surface quality? Excellent. Given the huge difference in extruded volume between the humid and the dry filament brings me to think that a variation in the level of humidity within the same spool of filament may lead to serious surface quality issues. Imagine that the filament on the outer of the spool is more humid than the one at the center, or that only a portion of the filament exposed to the air has a different humidity level. To test that idea, I printed a part with my dried carbon fiber ABS filament to establish a baseline. I then took the spool off the printer and covered half of the exposed filament with masking tape. Using a kitchen kettle, I have exposed the other half to water vapor for about 10 seconds. I then left the spool to dry the excess of water droplets, and I removed the tape and printed the same part as before using the same G-code. As you already saw in my previous video, the results are shocking. This experiment worked much better than anticipated. We all know humidity is bad for filament, and that certain types will absorb more than others. But this is ABS. ABS is known to absorb humidity to a certain level, yes, but not as badly as nylon or PETG. This quick absorption rate has me suspicious. Something else is going on. Might be the carbon fiber, but carbon by definition cannot absorb water. So why is my carbon fiber ABS becoming such a mess when exposed to humidity? The answer is not only related to the nature of the material used, but also to its geometry. Carbon fiber is a porous material. If you integrate carbon fiber in a plastic matrix, such as ABS or any other, you will bring that porosity into the end product, in this case, the filament. The problem with this porosity is that it literally sucks water deep inside the material via what we call capillary action or capillarity. According to my new friend ChatGPT, here's the definition of capillarity.
Capillarity is the ability of a liquid to flow in narrow spaces without the assistance of, and in opposition to external forces like gravity. This is due to the combination of adhesion and cohesion between the liquid and the surrounding material, as well as the surface tension of the liquid. This phenomenon is most commonly observed in small diameter tubes or porous materials.
In summary, this experiment made me realize how important filament storage is, and how sensible are the filaments with carbon fiber and perhaps glass fiber might suffer from the same condition. Let me know in the comments here below how you store your filament and what problems have you got with humid filament. Before leaving, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss any future content. And if you like my work and would like to help me in getting more time at doing what I like, please consider subscribing to my Patreon page at the address here below. Meanwhile, thanks for listening and happy printing.